DarkwingDubb.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy DarkwingDubb, and I am back. I've made the conscious decision to record once a week because I got family, got 9 to 5, and I don't want content creating that take away time from the family. So once a week, you're going to get a video from me. It'll pop up when it pops up. But if you like, subscribe, comment, do all the wonderful things, you know when your boy is live. But today, I will typically do a show at the end of each month, and I only do maybe 3 to 5 moments. But with the way this month ended, I decided to do 6 moments because something, I wouldn't say big happened, but something happened and it's made national news. And if you've been on X and stuff like that, you know what I'm talking about. But what we got here today, top 6 sports moments for the month of March. That is right. That is right. That is right. So this is in no particular order, right? This is just how I have them numbered. And the numbers mean nothing more than number 1 through 6. It's not a top moment, a bottom moment. They're all moments that happen in the month of March. This is just me counting down from just the 6 moments. That's it. There's no rhyme or reason behind it. Honorable mention before I get into it would be the Winter Olympics. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, didn't the USA men's hockey team win gold and the women's hockey team win gold? They absolutely did. And shout out to them for winning gold. Not taking anything away from them, but this is about me and my 6. So shout out to the women and men's hockey team. I know our government, our president, didn't want to recognize the women, but I will. Shout out to the women hockey team for winning gold. Y'all deserve all the glory and stuff, and I know our dumbass president ain't giving that to you. Fuck Donald Trump. Shout out to the women's U.S. hockey team for winning gold. So we just gonna jump right into this. I said earlier that something crazy happened, right? And well, my number 6 topic had happened right at the end of the month. Bulls are waiving Jaden Ivey following an anti-LGBTQ rant. First off, I want to know how slow, delayed do you have to be to make some of the comments that he made? I know people are going to point out Colin Kaepernick did this and Colin Kaepernick did that. Got it. This ain't about Colin Kaepernick now, is it? This is about Jaden Ivey and the Chicago Bulls and what they wanted to do. So if you guys haven't seen the video, go look up the video, but it's pretty bad. And then remember, as he was released due to conduct detrimental to the team. So it wasn't just that either. We come to find out he was going around to staffers and asking them questions, telling one of the medical staffers that God healed his knee and he was ready to play, even though the doctor said that he wasn't ready to play. And he was just doing things, and then you add in the rant on X and Facebook and Instagram and wherever else you can see it at. Like, bro, at the end of the day, the Bulls are a private entity. The NBA is a private entity. Now everybody's running around talking about what about his freedom of speech? What about his freedom of religion? Number one, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. These are amendments in the Constitution that keeps the federal government from coming after you for whatever you want to practice and whatever you want to say. The federal government cannot punish you, well, cannot strip you of that right. But nowhere in that amendment does it say freedom of consequences. Yeah, you can have freedom of speech and freedom of religion, but the Bulls have every right, every single right to release him. They didn't like some of the stuff that he was doing around the locker room. They didn't like what he had to say about LGBTQ. So they felt like they did what they felt like they needed to do and released him. But guess what? Yahoo Sports reported earlier that he is going to receive his $10.1 million due on his contract. Maybe another team will pick him up. Maybe he ruined his own career. Sometimes you got to know when to shut up. But again, just because you have freedom of speech doesn't mean you have freedom of consequences. I dare anybody to go to their job and start talking crazy to their bosses or just anybody in the job and let it get back to the bosses and see what happens. They have the right to fire you if they want to. They have the right to write you up. Whatever the case may be that they feel like they need to do, that's what they're going to do. Like I said, freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequences. There's consequences to your actions. And that was the consequence to his actions. Moving on, the number 5 moment that I have is Kevin Durant passes Michael Jordan for 5th all time. I will say that that's cool and all. That's cool and all. But people don't realize that a lot of this stuff that Kevin Durant and LeBron James are doing to pass Michael Jordan and stuff, it all happened passing Michael Jordan in length of career. Michael Jordan did all this in a matter of what, 13 years? 15, if you want to, well, you kind of have to throw in the wizard years in there. So in a matter of 15 years, they're passing Michael Jordan what Jordan did. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool for Kevin Durant, cool for LeBron James, cool for everybody else. But think about it. Michael Jordan did all this in 15 years. All that in 15 years. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, 20 years. Easily. Kevin Durant hasn't quite made 20 yet, but he'll be there. He'll be there soon enough. He's going to continue to play. That Achilles injury really helped him keep his career going when he's probably going downhill right about now, but he's not, and we're here. So next on the list is Kobe Bean Bryant, and he's probably close to passing him down too. It wouldn't surprise me if he played long enough to become the second all-time scorer. Because I think LeBron only has 1, maybe 2 years left. I mean, to me, if it's me, he's retiring at the end of this season, but what do I know? But Kevin Durant will eventually pass Kobe. He's going to play long enough to pass Karl Malone. And then if he plays a few more years after that, he'll pass Kareem, and he'll probably retire right behind LeBron. And I will give Kevin Durant this. He is one of the greatest scorers that this NBA has ever seen. He can score from anywhere on the court. He has to be considered one of the top. I would give him top 3. I would put him, Jordan, and Kobe. And then with a close fourth, Carmelo Anthony. Because Carmelo Anthony doesn't get enough credit for what he did. And then you also throw in T-Mac. T-Mac is up there too. But congrats to Kevin Durant for passing MJ for 6th all time, now 5th. And he's working on passing up Kobe now. Next, we had, at number 4, we had the WBC, the World Baseball Classic. We see who won. Venezuela. What? This was supposed to come down to the U.S. and Japan. Venezuela got both the U.S. and Japan out of there, cuz. I'm just saying. Like, who saw that coming? Right? So, what happened in the World Baseball Classic? Key moment, the game was tied in the final. And Suarez hit a go-ahead RBI double to win the game, to practically win the game for Venezuela. Bryce Harper actually tied that game at the bottom of the 8th with a homer, 2-run homer. Venezuela had a pitching dominance. During this run at the finals, Venezuela only allowed 3 hits. Starter, 4.5 scoreless innings pitched. Tournament MVP, Michael Garcia led tournament in hits, 3rd inning sacrifice fly in the finals. 80-1 odds. 80-1 was Italy. Nobody saw Italy coming. Stunned U.S. in pool play 8-6. Pushed Venezuela in the finals 4-2. Shocking exit, the defending champs. The Japan team got put out by this Venezuela team. Also, this Venezuela team, as we see, knocked out the U.S. in the final. One of the biggest underdogs in the WBC, Venezuela. They beat the U.S. in 9, 3-2 for WBC Classic. Nobody saw that coming. Maybe the Dominican, maybe Puerto Rico, maybe even Mexico. You know, you always got the U.S., you always got Japan, you even got Canada, but nobody really saw Venezuela. And they come in and shock everybody, along with Italy. 80-1 odds for Italy. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Venezuela, shout out to Italy, shout out to the U.S., you know, making it to the finals in back-to-back years, you know, losing to Venezuela, losing to Japan. I think we were all surprised by Japan. All the star power on Japan. Yamamoto, Otani, and so on and so forth. I don't know a lot of these names. I just know they have a lot of star power. Nobody saw them getting put out. But it was in the semifinals. No, it wasn't semifinals. No, because in the semifinals, Venezuela put Italy out. Either way, nobody saw Japan losing, at least into the finals, maybe to the U.S. But here we are. Venezuela, your 2026 WBC champions. Shout out to y'all. Hats off. Number 3, NXT. I do pro wrestling too, y'all. Don't forget, I do pro wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So why is this on the top moments? Because NXT was showing all of their PLEs on Peacock. And then Peacock was like, nah, we good. So what did Peacock do? They canceled it. Now NXT is on YouTube. So if you're like me and you want to watch NXT, you have to go, if you want to watch Stand and Deliver, which is NXT's biggest show of the year, you have to go to YouTube to watch it. Crazy work. That is crazy work. So just so y'all know, this Saturday is NXT's biggest show of the year, Stand and Deliver. It is, you can watch it live on WWE's YouTube channel. Why this bothers me is, number one, these men and women that wrestle for NXT, they deserve better than YouTube. If you can get Raw on Netflix, you can get all of the main rosters at PLEs put on ESPN, why can't you do that for NXT? Or at least get them on Netflix with Raw. They're money gouging. I get it. YouTube is free unless you want to pay for their premium service. YouTube is free. I got it. But you got to think about it. You have to pay for Peacock to watch Saturday night's main event, and it was NXT. You have to pay for ESPN to watch all of the main rosters PLEs. You have to pay for Netflix to watch Raw. You have to pay for cable TV to watch SmackDown on USA. And you have to buy bunny ears or rabbit ears, whatever y'all want to call them, to watch NXT on the CW. That's a lot, bruh. I feel like they messed up by going away from the WWE network, and now they're money gouging all of their fans. And it's not working out too well for them because now they're having problems selling tickets to WrestleMania to the point to where they're having to bring back none other than John Cena. Also, Stand and Deliver used to be on WrestleMania weekend. You would get Stand and Deliver in the morning / afternoon. A few hours later, you got night one of WrestleMania. Not anymore. WWE decided to move because, last year and years prior, it would be Stand and Deliver at an arena in the same town as WrestleMania. And then in the big stadium, you have WrestleMania. This year, not only did it get moved from WrestleMania weekend, it also got moved to a different city. So Stand and Deliver is in St. Louis this Saturday. WrestleMania is in Las Vegas in a couple Saturdays and Sundays because WrestleMania is a 2-night event. So I feel like these men and women deserve better, and Triple H and whoever else decided to make this decision needs to be better. For whatever reason, my number 2 didn't upload, but my number 2 was Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya. Should he retire? Should he keep going? I don't know. The man is 1-4 in his last 5 fights. What do y'all feel like Izzy should do? I think if he's going to keep fighting, he needs to get stronger. He's slow. He's not able to keep up. So if it's up to me, Izzy retires. But we know he said at the end of his fight against Joe Pyfer that he was going to keep on going. Keep on going. I don't know how many people want to see him keep on going. I think he should move either up or down in weight class and then put on some muscle, get stronger, and then keep fighting. But because he's slowing down, everybody's passing him in speed. He's not getting any faster. The only way to there it is. The only way to do this is move up. He's gonna have to move up in weight. He's gonna have to move up in weight because the guy below him, they'll be too fast. Will he always have the fight IQ? Sure, he'll always have the fight IQ, but I don't know. I think it's he's 36. I get it. I mean, maybe a few more, but if he keeps losing, I think it is time. Look at it. Lost to Joe Pyfer, second round. Lost to Imhoff, second round. Lost to Dricus Duplessis, submission, fourth round. Lost to Sean Strickland, unanimous decision. His last win was in 2023. It's been 3 years since homie won. And he beat Alex Pereira, who then moved up to light heavyweight and started dominating that. So I feel like if he's going to fight again, if he loses, it might be time. As much as I hate that, I've always liked Izzy. I don't want him to see him go, but I felt the same way about Anderson Silva. I didn't want to see Anderson Silva retire either. But yet, here we are. He's over here boxing. It is what it is. You can't fight forever. You cannot fight forever. You're 36. I get it. Alex is 39, and John Jones is 30 in his late 30s too. And will we ever see John Jones again? Who knows? But we know that Alex Pereira has moved up again to heavyweight to fight Cyril Gahn at the White House event. So, I mean, you can still fight, but the thing that follows Alex, that's not following Izzy, power. He has that one hit knockout power. So I feel like he's going to have to get stronger, or it's going to be time to hang him up. And the number one moment of March Madness. Is Texas a Cinderella coming in at number 11? They got to the Sweet 16 as a number 11, the only double-digit seed to make the Sweet 16. Were they considered a Cinderella? Some people say yes, some people say no. I'm going to say, I don't know. I don't know how any of that worked. I'm just glad they showed up to the tournament and performed the way they did. Because they could have beat Purdue. I was going to say easily, but of course, none of it's easy. But they could have beat Purdue. So who we have in the Final Four? We have UConn versus Illinois. And then we have Arizona versus Michigan. I had in my bracket, I had Duke, I had Arizona, I had matter of fact, I'll pull it up. Got it on the phone. Right now in my league, I'm currently 4th place. So I had Duke, I had Florida. Yeah, I had Duke, Florida, Arizona, and Michigan. So I got 2 of the 4 in. Duke, I feel always chokes in these high stakes. I don't know why, but they do. No, I had Houston. I apologize. I had Houston. Duke and Houston. I don't understand what it is about Duke. They can never get to the big, or they get there and they lose. This time they got put out in the Elite Eight. Like, I don't understand. They get all these blue chip talent and they get put out in the Elite Eight or the Final Four. Like, we haven't seen them win one since what? I don't remember, honestly. But so my champion, who I picked, is still there. As you can see, this is who I had winning. Arizona. Sure did. And still a possibility. But we'll see. The Final Four kicks off Saturday. And we'll see who's in the championship game for the following Monday. But month of March has been an exciting month for sports. It's always fun with March Madness. It's always fun with baseball just started. I'm a Rangers fan. Baseball just started, so shout out to the MLB. If y'all watch my MLB show, I had Seattle winning. We're not starting out too hot, but it's just the beginning. We're only a weekend. So, with that being said, that is your top 6 sports moments of March. I will not have a recording next week, for I am on call with my job, but I will be back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks strong. So y'all got enough time to marinate on this a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be back for an episode for April. Y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all in a couple of weeks. Peace.